All right, this is a little bit new. We're finally using the laptop, and what a good time to come back to the internet being on fire. And first things off, it's been a hot minute, so hi there, YouTube. And starting off a little hot, developer update with DBD. We have one for mobile. I'll make a quick video later on today or tomorrow about that. But primarily, we got the a little sneak peek of the MORI changes, and it's a big mixed bag, even for myself included. We have the last standing feature, and all hope is lost. Last standing, when all survivors are dead, dying, hooked, or escaped, you become the last standing. You and the killer both get heightened senses. You get a bigger, wider POV, so probably Shadowborn base kit or maybe moderate and abuse range, something of the sort. And if you get knocked down, you basically go into a cinematic and you get murdered. The other three people will get killed off by the entity, and that's it. End of story. So, what does this mean? No more slugging, technically, but then you're like, well, just leave them slugged. Well, they didn't do that as well. They added all hope is not lost, which is what's getting people up in arms right now, which is unbreakable base kit. And after 45 seconds, you can pick yourself back up. And to account for this giant change, Soul Guard, No Mither, Unbreakable, Boon Exponential have it removed. You're gonna get tweaked somehow. For Killer, we're losing Hex Devour Hope and Rancor kill effects. Um, Rancor just gets more aura reading, it looks like, and then Devour Hope becomes when you hook somebody with 5 tokens, they die. Like it's an instant kill, which is kind of cool. And Unbreakable gets this crazy buff, which I think it's kind of absurd personally, at 100% recovery rate. So you recover in 22 seconds. Yeah. Currently, I believe it's 24 seconds with Unbreakable as is. Without it, it's about 32 seconds, I think. Don't quote me. Look it up, please. I should probably know this already. But yeah, this is going to be kind of a pseudo surprise PTB, which is one thing we have to note. This probably might not happen. It might happen, but this is just them testing the waters with their, we can call it a crazy idea. And this is what bugs me is that we're losing all the mementos. Personally, I do like the red Mori. People love red Mori. They like to, you know, we try to kill all 4 players, try to kill 3 players, just for fun. Ebony and Ivory aren't really used that much. If I had to be honest, I know I just said I love the red, but I personally love the green Mori because there's always that one person who is like the cockiest, and it's always a feel good when you get that little that little kill, But since we're getting these little blood point incentives, and we have that cinematic for a single person, in my mind, it makes sense to just get rid of Ivory and Ebony, make those blood points, and just keep the Cypress Mori. Or no, Ebony, excuse me, backwards. So like the red Mori, just keep it, you kill everybody. Fine, but that's just me. That's just me. I don't know. We'll see. But the thing that people are getting up in arms is not like this is insane. If it was to come like this like just baseline, because I personally do not like giving out these perks like that. Like this is not a way to balance the game. If you're gonna be saying this is unfun, this is not cool, oh, give him this base kit. Like what's stopping from down the line to be like, well, the game now lasts like 30 minutes. Everybody gets base kit. Um, prove thyself with hyper focus. Like just something stupid. And I know that's a bit hyperbolic, but it's just when does it end? Is the point. We've opened Pandora's box with borrowed time. And now we're saying, oh, might as well give him Unbreakable. And I know it's a meme right now, Kindred base kit, but what's stopping them from going Kindred base kit? Theoretically. Theoretically. So, unless killers are getting. And killers are losing Moris, by the way. We're losing that. Because even off just reading and going over this, it just feels like it's not balanced. Like how would you justify killer buffs? Like what killer changes? Because now survivors effectively have 6 perks. Just let that sink in for a second. If this passes, 6 perks. That is 24 perks versus 4. If we're looking at it as a whole, are they gonna give killers, Blood Warden for free? Are they gonna give us NOED, which is something I personally just think just give us NOED already? Just take it off from the market and give it base kit to everybody. I mean, just do it already. And it's honestly healthy in my opinion because people do totems now. There's an incentive to do totems, but I would say give it a tiny tweak, as if say people break all the boons, they leave the totems, then they leave a boon totem as endgame comes in, and the last gen is popped, the hex overtakes the boon, and now it becomes a hex, and now you're good to go. Or maybe another popular, which even I've suggested since they were doing the whole give everybody a free perk, Crypto Intervention. It's a fair perk. Or give killers another 10% speed increase on their interactions. I think 10% is useless. Personally, I think it's actually useless, and it should be 20%. It's got the games, unless they're gonna make an effort to fix the maps and the pallets problem, the empty dead zones, the abundance of like a third of the map to be like a giant pallet town, literally. I mean, if this gets sorted, then by all means, cool. We don't need the buffs, but that's a big undertaking. And again, if this goes through, killers are losing some perks and how strong they are, or Mimi, whatever you want to go for. But we're losing all the Moris, all the mementos, and survivors are getting another perk. I mean, solo queue buff, hooray! But now you're unbalancing the mid tier to high groups of people who play in like a 1, 2, well, in 2, 3, or even 4 mans. Like, and the thing that I don't like, that I've just noticed it immediately, was the thought of, hey, we just nerfed like a third of the cast because they're basic attack hitters, for example. So we were, I mean, not me personally. I mean, I always like watching because the community's on fire. I do main DBD mobile, so I'm already in a feel bad place. So I just accepted my sadness. But everybody's mad of Nurse. Everybody's tired of Blight, Spirit, some Mimi twins. You name it. People are like, I don't want to play against these S tier characters. I don't want to play against these annoying killers. Well, now there's more incentive to play them. Because of this, if this were to go through, I can already bet you we're gonna have more pyramid heads. Because he has an alternate way of killing you. That's just a consequence. And then basic attack killers, no one's gonna give a poop about them. They're not. They're already... Slugging is natural. It just is. We know this. Slugging, if you know when to leave somebody on the floor and go for another chase and build more pressure because you lost 2 gens too fast, you can balance your pressure out in some ways. But now a free Unbreakable, 22-second pickup, making Flip Flop possibly better, Power Struggle possibly better as well, Sabo teams, which are far and few in between. We know this. Remember this. There's a lot of people who play DBD. It's like, what the heck? But I'm not trying to complain about it, but it's just pointing out these little inconsistencies. Because the only real thing I see is this is a buff to solo queue. But literally anybody who plays with one or with two or more people, it's already a buff. And this has always been a back and forth. Swifts are OP and certain killers are OP. Now we've just buffed up those Swifts, and now we're incentivizing people to play the OP killers or the people who are up to par to those Swifts. So I don't. It's just not. It's if this gets tested out and they find out the sweet spots, I'm curious what they're gonna do, because it can be interesting to put some dynamic tension between coming back and forth, but that was already there. People always got mad at Unbreakable because then when you got a 4-man slug and Unbreakable just turned the whole game around, yeah, that's a feel bad. But now if this were to go through, it's a guaranteed you're gonna get an Unbreakable unless you knock the whole team down in 22 seconds. I don't know. It's a very big mixed bag. Maybe I'm just a bit too biased in my side, or maybe I sound complaining. Fine. But it's just thinking aloud, and I don't know. What do y'all think for real? I don't think they're gonna have to find a really good sweet spot. I'll just be 100% on it. They gotta find a sweet spot. But maybe they will. We'll see. Again, this is something that is in the air. This is not confirmed. This is just a test. I hope. Or it's an idea. But I guess we'll find out sooner or later, right, guys? Let me know what you guys think. Maybe you guys agree with me. Maybe you think I'm full of poop. But let me know. And I'll see you there later on. Oh, and by the way, we are still trying to do the community hangouts. That's why I haven't been too big on YouTube and DBD right now. We've been watching Amphibia currently, and we are pretty far ahead, so maybe it's just too late. But we're on season 3. If anybody cares to join, we'll be in Gilded later tonight. And tomorrow as well. Tomorrow we'll be finishing the entire series, actually, and have a podcast talking about the show as a whole because I showed it to some friends. So if that is an interest, it is a completely different subject from Dead by Daylight. Come by. But again, take care, and I'll see you guys in the fog.